Hello, it's Alexa's Books, back for episode 2. I want to share some great reads I've had with you recently. First of all, from the library, we have The Unnamed. Oh, and these are my great reading glasses. Look how beautiful they are. See? This is called The Unnamed by Joshua Ferris. This book destroyed me. It's a novel about a man who has a compulsion to walk, and his life is a beautiful life and everything, except that he's got this, basically, it's almost like an addiction story, because they don't really know what the cause of the walking is. Is it psychosis? Are his legs operating, from other instructions from some other part of his brain? They never find the reason. And it's a really beautiful story about sort of how we blame ourselves for things like addiction or things like mental illness, wondering what we could do differently when, ultimately, we don't know if we're the cause of this, of it's getting worse, or if that's the way it was going to go anyway. And it's also a really beautiful love story between him and his wife. So next we have Pam Houston's Contents May Have Shifted. I read Cowboys Are My Weakness, her book of short stories, many years ago, and I loved it because she's got this hard scrabble style, and she's very adventurous and very strong woman. And I believe that she's an actual professor she's director of the creative writing program at UC Davis. This novel, however, which is a collection of basically stories as well, really compelling chapters of her travels all around the world, mixed with her search for love and relationships with a bunch of really screwed up guys, and also her search for health via spas and new agey people. I found myself getting a little bit frustrated by that, and also just wondering physically, or financially, how on earth it was possible to travel so very, very much. I also found myself wondering if this was a memoir. There's that old joke about you write it first and then you decide whether to call it a novel or a memoir. Next we have Beyonce on the cover of Vogue. I just had to share Vogue because the March Vogue was filled with so many fabulous shoes. It was amazing. It was inspiring. Of course, now I'm not going to find. Here's one pair of shoes. But there's so many like this, and it's like we're in the golden age of shoes. Next we have, this one. I'll share this one. The Great Book of French Impressionism, and I bought some giant canvases with the intention of painting something, and then I thought, I'll inspire myself, and so I started to read this book, which is from the library. A lot of these books are from the library, and it's really awesome, and there's some amazing stuff. But I had to share this funny story at one point. I'm afraid to open it further, because as I'm reading it, I get to this one page, and there's all these weird, assortment of hairs in there, and dust and everything, and it was like, get it out of my house. So actually, this is the danger of getting library books. So actually, I haven't really read it fully. The Georges Seurat stuff, that really blew my mind. I wanted to get more into that. Okay, now we have here's the other book. This is a book from the library my son loved called Bone Soup. So that's for a 7-year-old. Now we have my flea market haul. These books all cost me $1.50. Can you believe it? So I got this set of children's classics ranging from Dickens. There's Heidi, Robinson Crusoe. I have some of these already. Black Beauty, the Arabian Nights. My son, right away, my older son, picked this up and started reading it. This Dictionary of Quotations is fantastic. MacMillan Dictionary of Quotations, I really like it. And since one always finds them online, it's nice to get a slightly more confident source. And this has a lot of Bible quotations too, which can be very useful, really good for songwriting, I find. To start off a song with a Bible quotation or just some wonderful quotation. And then here's Main Street by Sinclair Lewis. I believe I also got Lord of the Flies. I think my son is already... Oh, and a science fiction one for my son also. And then I got The Time Traveler's Wife, which was recently made into a movie. And it's by Audrey Niffenegger. That's difficult to say. Professor in the MFA program at Columbia. So, anyway, this looks like it could be promising. That's it for Alexa's Books. Read up!